Hey everyone, and welcome to Shadow Skull Studios. Today I am reading a story from the Grimm Tales. It's Fundevogel. Fundevogel. I hope I say it correctly and pronounce it right for you, and I hope you enjoy it. It kind of has a happy ending, but you know what Grimm's like? Crazy happy ending. It's only short, so hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Fundevogel, a Grimm tale. Once, when a certain forester was out hunting, he heard a sound as if a baby was crying. He was a tender-hearted man and followed the sound until he came to a tall tree. Much to his astonishment, he saw a small child at the top of it in a bird's nest. The forester climbed up, and the child put his arms out eagerly to be saved. "How did you get here, little one?" the forester asked, tying the child to his back and climbing down with him. "A terrible bird took me from my mother," the little boy said, "and I don't know where she is now." He began to cry. There, little one," said the forester, comforting him. "I will call you Fundevogel, for that means bird that is found, and indeed you were very like a little bird sitting high up in the nest. I will take you home with me, and if we cannot find your mother, you will be my son and brother to my little daughter Lena." So the forester took Fundevogel home and looked far and wide for his mother. He never found her, though, so Fundevogel and Lena became brother and sister and were happy together. In fact, they grew to love each other so much that where one went, the other always followed. And when they had to be away from each other, only for a minute, they were broken-hearted. Now the forester's wife was dead, so the children had no mother to love and care for them. The forester was rich enough to have servants, and the chief among them was a woman named Sanna, who worked as a cook and housekeeper. It was Sanna who was in charge of the children. But Sanna was really a witch, and though she hid it from the forester, she did not like Fundevogel, nor did she like how fond of Lena and Fundevogel were of each other. One evening, Lena saw Sanna making trip after trip into the spring, filling many buckets with water and pouring the water into her big iron pot. "Sanna," she asked, "why do you need so much water? Is company coming, or are you going to wash all our clothes at once?" "Hush," said Sanna. Then she said, "I can only tell you if you will never tell anyone else." "I never will," said Lena. "Please tell me." "Very early tomorrow morning," said Sanna, "when your father is out hunting, I will light a fire in my big iron pot, and when it is boiling merrily, I will throw Fundevogel in." Lana was horrified, but though she no longer felt bound by her promise not to tell, for the moment she just nodded at Sanna and kept silent for the rest of the evening. But the next morning, when the forester had left to look after some newly planted trees, and Sanna had gone outside to light her fire, Lena said to Fundevogel, "If you will never leave me, little brother, I will never leave you." "I will never leave you," answered Fundevogel. "Not now, not ever." "Fundevogel, we must run away," said Lena, and she told him what Sanna had said to her. So the two children tiptoed out the house and went deep into the forest. In a while the water boiled, and Sanna went to find Fundevogel to throw him in. But the children were nowhere to be found, and she grew alarmed and said, "What shall I tell the forester when he comes home and finds both children gone?" She had planned to tell him that Fundevogel's mother had returned for him, but what could she tell him about Lena? "Fundevogel's been gone would be one thing," she said to herself, "but Lena, that's quite another." So she ordered 3 servants to go out and look for the children. The servants followed the path the children had taken into the forest, and soon Lena saw them drawing near. So she said to Fundevogel, "If you will never leave me, little brother, I will never leave you." And Fundevogel answered, "I will never leave you." Not now, not ever. Fundevogel, said Lena. The servants are coming for us. Turn yourself into a rose tree, and I will become a rose on one of your branches. In a few moments, the servants came to where the children had been, but all they found was a rose tree with a single rose flowering upon it. So they went on. And later, when they went back to Santa, they told her they had found nothing except a rose tree with one rose. Fools! Cried the witch cook. Do you not know that rose trees do not grow in the forests? You should have cut it down and brought me the rose. Go back and do it at once. The servants ran back into the forest, but Lena saw them coming and said, Fundevogel, if you will never leave me, I will never leave you. Fundevogel answered, I will never leave you, Lena. Not now, not ever. They are coming for us again, she told him. So you must become a church, and I will be a chandelier hanging from your rafters. In a minute, the servants arrived and ran inside the church and looked for the children behind its pews and up and down the stairs, and even in the high steeple. But they found nothing, so went on. And later, when they got back to the forester's house, they told Santa they had found nothing in the woods but a church and a beautiful chandelier hanging from it. Fools, said Santa. Do you not know that there never has been a church in those woods before? You must go back and tear it down and bring me the chandelier. This time, the old witch cook followed along behind them. The children saw the servants coming and saw Santa running after them, huffing and puffing. Fundevogel, said Lena, never leave me, and I will never leave you. I will never leave you, Lena, said Fundevogel. Not now, not ever. Become a fish pond, Lena said quickly. For as you see, Santa is coming with them this time, and I will be a duck swimming on the pond. And so, instead of a church, the servants and Santa found a pond and a duck, and the servants, bewildered, started looking among the rushes and the lily pads. But Santa threw herself down on her stomach and opened her mouth to drink the pond up. But Lena, in duck shape, swam up to her, seized her hair with her beak, and pulled the witch into the water, where she drowned. And then the two children turned back into themselves and went home merrily. As far as anyone knows, they are still together. Thank you for listening to that grim tale on Shadow Skull Studios. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it very much. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.